How many of you wonder where the food comes from? How many of you? Yes. You might be surprised that Kenya grows horticultural produce for export. And we have actually 20% demand annually from the markets. But the Kenyan agriculture is not efficient. Hence, the exporters are struggling enough to keep up. Also, according to UN, just within Kenya, 11% grows annually for fresh produce just for supply within Kenya. And you can find that Kenya and East African regions have fertile lands, but its farmers are not producing enough. Meet farmer Wang'ombe. He's one of the small-scale farmers in Kenya, which constitute of 4 million small-scale households that comprise of 80% population of Kenya. And he has a quarter acre of land, like just many other small-scale farmers. But he only does farming for to feed his family of 6. The major thing here is that there is actually high penetration of handsets in Kenya, but Wang'ombe can only use it to text and call. Other thing is that he cannot have access to urban and export markets. But the thing is that Wang'ombe has hopes that one day, one time, he will meet young, passionate women like us, mFarm, to increase his livelihoods by linking him to this market. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm one of the 3 young women who founded mFarm. Our mission is to increase the livelihoods of small-scale farmers in Africa. How we do with this is linking these farmers to such growing markets. And this is how we use mFarm to assist the farmers to link to the markets just via SMS. I'll give you a scenario. We work with buyers who are actually bulk buyers and can actually pay 6 times that what the farmers can get in the neighborhood markets. The buyers use the mFarm system to put in their orders, and these orders reach our mFarm agents via SMS. The work of an agent here is to ensure that the produce that the agent collects from the farmers is actually of good standards, and he also trains farmers on good agricultural practices. The SMS letter goes to the farmers. The buyer has to actually put a down payment onto our system so that the farmers cannot run at a risk of harvesting the produce and then later they're not collected. The farmer confirms that he has that amount that the buyer ordered. They actually go to the agent. The agent has a little magnifying glass over there just to check on the quality that it has reached the buyer's standards. Later, he organizes a transport, or a buyer goes and picks it up from the mFarm agent collection. The money is then submitted to the farmers using the mFarm system using a popular mobile money payment platform called M-Pesa. The farmer receives his payment immediately when the buyer receives it, and then the agent gets his commission once after the transaction is completed. You'll find that we create value for both the market and the farmers. You'll find that the buyers actually like us because we ensure that the produce that he ordered will actually reach to him and is actually of standard that he asked for. So he sees these farmers that we've aggregated as one. You find that buyers in Kenya, they don't want to work with small-scale farmers. They actually want to work with large-scale farmers. But how do we show him that these farmers are ready to supply to him? The farmers actually now cancel the risk of harvesting the produce and not being collected. And also they increase their livelihoods because they can get a better price than what they could have gotten from the local market. We have 3 platforms whereby rural farmers, urban farmers, and the buyers can use. As I mentioned earlier, farmers have just a dumb phone to text. As you can see, they can send the SMS in format. So if they want to sell, they can actually send an SMS. If they want to get access to the market price of what their produce is going for today, they can actually text. For the smartphones, these are people who have access to internet, and these are like urban farmers. Urban farmers are like middle class and high class or large scale farmers. They actually find these tools good for them because we also give trends for the particular produce that they are actually looking for. On top of that, they can actually trade directly with the buyer who is actually on the listing. All this, the SMS and the mobile directly communicate with the web platform. And as you can see, for the people who are on top of the list, these are brokers who actually want to sell their produce, and they have to pay for this so that they can be on top of the listing. And also you can see that we have the market price information still on the website. This is for media houses. The media houses in Kenya use it. They want to know what's the future trends, what's the past trend of a particular product, and this increases the views in the stations. We have actually impacted the Kenyan population in less than 1.5 years. And as you can see, we have improved 42,000 livelihoods in Kenya. And we have also increased the income twice than what they used to get earlier. Now that I've shown you, we have a successful team, which are the 3 women having a background in tech. They also have a background in agriculture, having a powerful technology, and also having a powerful team of advisors and investors. What more could we ask for? And also, we work with buyers. We work with the 2nd largest exporter in Kenya, who is actually supporting our project by buying from the farmers. We actually work with NGOs who actually give the farmers the capacity building. On top of that, we work with local radio stations. So in exchange of data, they actually advertise mFarm on their platform. And also we work with the largest networks in Kenya to get the trends from our platform. On top of that, we've partnered with Samsung as a major distributor of mobile phones, so they have the applications running on their phones. We work also with money institutions like the mobile money payment platform, and also we work with the largest banks that can also give farmer loans at the end of it. On top of that, we are incubated in the hubs of Nairobi. We are lucky to be sitting in the Silicon Savannah. And the greatest thing is that they assist us in the mentorship of the business. Now you remember Farmer Ng'ombe. I spoke about him earlier. He can actually take his kids to school. He's actually reinvested in a farm right now. He's actually on top, ensured that the health and his social status has improved. All we need is to have lots of Farmer Ng'ombe across Africa and Asia. Thank you very much. Any questions? Sure. The farmers go through the same problem. A farmer in India goes through the same problem as a farmer in Kenya. So you'll find that the platform actually assists any farmer across the world. So currently, we are expanding within East Africa, and we're looking forward to expand in developing countries. Yeah. Yeah, so currently we are just focusing on horticultural produce. You'll find that the Kenyan government exchange platform only focuses on coffee, tea, and this is what large-scale farmers do. So we are hoping that later the government will come in and buy in to ensure that the markets are structured for these small-scale farmers to be able to trade. That's actually an amazing question. As we speak right now, Kenya is actually the country that has the highest penetration of mobile money payment. You can hear of M-Pesa. Right now they have a product called M-Shwari, and this is like farmers can have accounts on their phones, virtual accounts. So when a farmer trades and we pay them via the mobile money platform, he can be able to save them immediately. So they can also transact with the bank using the mobile platform. So it's an advantage to the product itself. Any more questions? Thank you very much.
The clicker, and this one is here.
Thank you.